We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
So quite keen. So let's recap.
Mabel freaking.
Yes, so we all know who that was. Mabel does not like the compressor, so she was having a little bit of a mare upstairs beside the bed. Little shaking. Yep. Not a big noise dog, you know, can't handle the noise. Loves water, whereas Willow's like, get that stuff away from me. Okay, so I was singing this in the shower this morning, so I could see if I could, I don't know, make it work. So you got to go backwards, don't you? On the third day of Vlogmas, my true love gave to me a nice, cozy bowl holder. On the second day of Vlogmas, my true love gave to me two mitten wrist warmers and a cozy bowl holder. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me one wine bottle holder, two mitten wrist warmers, and a bowl cozy for me. Yeah, that's not how it went in the shower. And my audience applauded when I was in the shower, like, you know, the whole that sort of applause. Anyway, so today I have a client at 12. Today I have my friend coming over because it's her birthday, and today at 10 I have a phone appointment with the doctors because heaven forbid you can actually get into the doctors. So we've had this doctor's appointment now out for 3 weeks, so waiting. Lucky we have all our limbs still attached. I think I would have gone to the hospital if that had happened. So today I'm making something that's very, very close to my heart, something that I have a byline for, and it's Safe Face this summer. So I don't know if that's been a hint because I have actually told you about these. Today I am making, for your pleasure, I am making, oh, there we go. The pages were stuck together. Today I am making a hat. Okay, we're making the bucket hat, and it is by the Sew Club. The Sew Club is actually a Kiwi girl. I had something else to say about that. I will add her into the comments below. And yeah, pretty excited to get this started. So what I have done is I've already cut out the parts, because that can be quite an annoying thing to do. I find it annoying. Like some people, I like just to sew. So we've got the brim. And today I'm making it in denim. I got an old pair of my daughter's jeans because I do a lot of work with denim, and where I do patches and make those funky jeans. So whenever I see somebody, oh, excuse me, hiccups. Don't eat your bed. I hand sewed that together for you. You won't have a bed. Your nana has said don't give them a bed if they're going to eat it. Anyway, so I actually grabbed a pair of her jeans and cut up her jeans. So, and this is the denim hat. I'm quite excited about it all. So there's the brim. The brim pattern piece comes in a half. So all of these pattern pieces are on the fold. Okay, so on the fold, obviously, I put felt in the brim of my hats because I like it a little bit stiffer. Today I'm going to be using the walking foot. I've been calling it I found out something, and although Queenie thought I knew, I did not know that she was a marching girl. So now I call my walking foot, I call it Queenie because it marches. Don't tell her, she'll kill me. So something a little bit funky with the hat, the round crown, that part has got, I put it on a seam, so it as on the fold as well. I just folded it in half like that. So these are my daughter's jeans that I've decided to utilize into a hat. So it'll be quite cool. Now, because I am me, I have found this gorgeous, soft, vintage looking lining to go inside it. So it's just, I don't know, something about it, denim and delicate, you know, like leather and lace. I'm not making a leather hat. Right, so I am good to go. I've got 2 brims for the lining. I have 2 brims, that's only one. 2 brims with felt attached for the main part of the hat. I have 2 side linings and 2 denim linings. I have 1 top denim, and this one's still on the fold, 1 inside. I will put my label in this, so I will get myself a label. She's sticking a little sidebar there. Okay, so that's what I am going to make today. Like I said, I'm going to be using the walking foot. Oh, I need to plant those plants. And for the walking foot, I have my threads here that are a high resolution, a thicker thread for my walking foot. I've got this, I think that's quite good. It's a nice, I think they'll go nicely on the denim. Okay, so you can barely see that. What about this one? Variegated. You know, sometimes in variegation I don't like it because when you do a top stitch, looks like some of it's gone wonky because it blends in. Here's that lighter one. I think that would be the one. Now, as I am sewing this as my lining, I need an undertone, something that's, I haven't even used this one, it's wrapped in plastic. What about, oh, but that would be nice, eh? I think that would be bobbin, right? So bobbin, nobbin, bobbin. I need to buy some more of these cotton threads. I purchased these from Wonderfil, direct from the place. Okay, so I'm going to get myself set up and get myself organized. I will put you on speed dial. so I have now just tidied up a little bit, got myself prepared to have the walking, and I am going to start with the hat and tell you how we're going to make it. Do you want to see what they're going to look like? Oh, that's cold and there's a bitter taste to it now. Can't hide a bad black coffee. Not saying he made a bad black coffee, but when you burn it and when it's cold. And I've already had lemon today, lemon water, so I'll just go and take that down to the kitchenette down the back. 1 second. Okay, done all the tasks I've required for my daughter. So we've had our medical appointment over the phone and got some things covered off. So that is all very, very good. Now, as you know, we're making the hat for Save Your Face This Summer. And I think I might make a hashtag out of that. Anyway, so I have changed my threads to blue. Okay, and I've got a bobbin full of that thread. I have also, I'm going to sew the lining completely separately until I get to the base, the rim, because I want to change the thread to this thread, which is more matchy than if I put the blue thread inside. So I'm going to have a nice little, about 2.5, almost 3 length of the stitch. I know what I'm saying. Length of the stitch. I like that one. 2.5 is a little bit too small, so it's just that smidge bigger. I've changed my needle. I had a 10 in. I've changed it to a 12. And I also binned my 10 because every time I take a needle off, I check it whether I can use it again or not, and I just slide my finger down and feel if there's any burrs on it, and there's a wee burr on it and I don't want it popping my threads, so I oxnade that. Oh, by the way, how I bin my needles is, oh, that's getting full, is I have a little jar and I cut a little hole in the top and I pop my anything sharp down there. So all those pins, it's just so I don't particularly want them to go in the rubbish bin. If they go into the rubbish bin, then somebody might squeeze the rubbish bin bag and ouchies. Now, I think we all know how ouchy needles and pins can be. So I'm going to sew up firstly the band that goes around, not the brim, the band, and then I'll be attaching the little roundy thing to the top of the band, okay? So let's get sewing. Let's sew. I'm going to make sure this time that I see it looking better. Okay, I'm going to, oh, that looks pretty good. You've got it all there. I should mark where the feet go, shouldn't I? Anyway, so just your normal, this is now, this is a 1 centimetre seam allowance, okay? I think I've mentioned before, if you are used to big 4 patterns, oh, you know, the amount of times I do this. Can you see that? See it? Yeah, Stacey's got to change the bobbin thread. I'll just pop that out. Oh, here we go, got the hook. Do you, when you can't see what you're doing, whether it's inside a pattern or under this, do you close your eyes and lose one of your senses, your sense of sight, because you've already lost it because you can't see? I do, because it makes me gain where the little hooky thing goes. There we go. So now my cottons are matching, not red. Okay, let's try this little sucker again. Okay, up there. Back tack, of course. Okay, I am going to get my armband. Right, so behind me I have the hat base, the hat top, sorry. I've got the sides both sewn up. I just sewed it up while you were switched off. I'm going to go and iron those out, and I'm going to come back, and then I'm going to attach this. Okay, I'll halve it obviously like that, and then get the other half so it's all centered. It's even got its pre-hole. Like a cool pair of jeans, already got a hole in it. I am just going to line that up so it's in half and find a thing. I'm going to iron, and I will be back to pin this all together. So now my job is, I've gone in on the seams open. Okay, I have marked the 4 points. So seams obviously mark 1 point, and the little markers mark the 2nd point. You will put it this way. You'll put it on the narrower part of the band. You see it's wider down the bottom. That's the top. This will go up the top. Okay, so I will pin this on, and then we will sew it on. So I'll pin it on and sew it on, and I will zoom through it. I want to talk you through this. I've quartered it all and then pinned it all. I just want to talk you through how I make it fit, because that don't fit, does it? But I curl this one back because it goes over the top of, and see how it fits more now. And then I just give the little bit of a tug and a stretch of the band. Okay, the band itself. I find the center of it. On the center roughly. I'm not going to get a measurement out, and then I've got this one, then I can just center that as well. So it's just that little bit of a stretch up the top, and I can stretch that, and look at that, it all fits now because of the way I manipulated the fabric. I think I've said it before, we're in charge, the fabric's not in charge. I am now going to sew that. I will probably sew it that way. Okay, so I can keep an eye on any of the little catches it might make. Sewing away now. So I have now sewn it through, and as you can see, it's still buckled. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of some of that bulk, and that is by going around, and I have told you guys this is how I do it again. I put my nails on the seam. I'll find my favorite, these might be the same brand, but once I got it on the seam, I stick the scissors just above my nails. These same brand, don't like these ones as much, so it takes away that. So I'm going to go around that, and then I'm going to press it because I still want it to be nicely pressed. And I'm thinking, if I want it top stitched, the thing, if I have it top stitched, I want it in that brown. So I'm thinking, I'll think while I iron and decide whether I'm going to or not. And then I'll come back and tell you. You can only see my mouth, sorry. Okay, so I had an epic idea. I was ironing one way and then thought, nah, I do want to top stitch it. But as I'm going to go around the brim with the walking foot thread, which is that variegated blue. I wonder if I should have stuck brown on. Anyway, it's a variegated blue. I'm going to actually top stitch around my crown with the variegated blue. That's what I'm gonna do. Come see my machine. It's my Queenie machine. Marching. Now I don't know if it's gonna vibrate a lot when I do this. We'll find out, won't we? Because she walks. Okay, it's on. It's quiet. The boys changed the motor in it, so it's quiet. Oh, Mabel looked at me like I was telling her to be quiet. Okay, let's watch this. So I was talking about the Waves and Wild pants. You can't see it. Can't even see it. Dudes, I'm going to have to change this. Oh, no, it's variegating a bit differently now. The Wave and Wild harem pants, and I was trying to remember who it was. Now, I believe it was actually Tamlin from Sewing on the Time. So, she's got a wee boy, and she makes clothes for him. So, I think it was her. Because obviously that's been top of mind for me to remember who it was. So easily walks over that lumpy bumpy bit. When I do my top stitching like this, I just give the top stitch the just a little pull. That one's not. This hand is just guiding. This hand actually gives a little bit of a tug to make sure I open my seam up. I'm following the seam with the side of my foot there. Okay, best way to really stuff up an item is to have messy top stitching. I'm not saying that mine is always nice, but if I can unpick it to make it look better, I've been known to. I am just making sure all my little wedges are laying towards the rim of the hat. No, the crown of the hat. Is that what it's called? Band of the hat. There we go. Band on the rim. And I've just met back up with it. Go back. Foot up. Slide out. So I didn't shake it too much, did it? Shake it, shake it. Shake it good. Okay, right. Going from Band on the Run to Taylor Swift. Not really cool. Right, here we go. Trim those off. Set them aside. I do have a bin actually below me. I'll pop them in. Dip in. Top stitching done. Next. Right, I'm back. I have pinned on the felt on these two layers. I've only pinned it on. I am now going to sew the brim together. Where's my little... But I'm watching Julie Sews Her Own Clothes, her day 3 Vlogmas, and I just want to tell you what I'm doing now, and then I'm going to put you on speed while I sew it. So I just wanted those two together. Right, and this side together as well. So by the time I finish sewing these, even though they match, they will not lay flat on the table because they have shape to them. All right, so I'm going to sew down both those sides, and I'll be back to show you what I'm going to do next. I think it's on the walking foot next. Yay. Okay, so I'm just changing the thread. I have got my brim of my denim sewn up, ironed, and waiting patiently now because I cannot finish the brim until I sew the brim of this together. Okay, so I'm going to sew this all, and obviously right sides together. And yep. So I'll sew that, and then I can go to the machine, the walking foot. In the meantime, I will sew this up and put you on fast forward. Okay, don't forget, right sides together, and we do the same, quarter it up and put the little halves of that so that we can quarter the top up. But I'm going to do the brim first, and I will see you in a jiff. Right, so I actually made a phone call to Chris. During that time, I pinned right sides together, okay, all along the base, matching up my seams. And that's just Chris again, matching up my seams. And I'm going to do my 1 centimetre seam allowance around the rim here, okay? Should be nice and fast, because I'm putting you on speed dial. Right, I will do this side up. Don't forget, it's 1 centimetre seam allowance. I'm just going to trim the felt out of, oops, I'm not going to trim it if it keeps doing that, out of the seam allowance. This way, when it rolls over, it will sit nicer. And then the fun begins. Takes me about 20 minutes for the wide brim to sew in circles. That will be 20 minutes, so you don't have to sit through with me. A lot of banging going upstairs. Don't know what the kids are up to. Chris is off to the fishing club tonight. He's been a member, for a while now. I think he's been once. His mate has got him into it, and I think it's really good. Only he's either coming back from Dunedin or he's had a bad day, and so I just sort of said to him, go. And today's the last one for the year, I believe, so he's going today, which is good. I'm pretty pedantic when it comes to ironing this brim. I like it to, I do have a client coming soon, so I don't know how much of this I'll get done. Oh, hiccup, excuse me, before she shows up. But I am going to iron it, and I'll let you watch me see how I do it. The fact that it's a weird shape is got nothing to do with it, of course. We will be going around and around, so I just like to open up the seam so that when we come to folding it back, it sort of sits more like that rather than fighting the cause. I'm going to go on, I can't remember how I do this. I think it's from the outside. Outside seems easier. So I got it going towards the lining. This is a reversible hat if you wanted it to. I do only have the label going on the outside on the denim, but of course if you're feeling a little more lace than you are leather, you can always flip it in and wear your flower side out. Now, I did forget to mention that I did not put any interfacing on either. Obviously, I wasn't going to interface the denim. That is way heavy enough to do that. So I didn't do that. But I didn't interface the floral. It's a cotton. It's a quilting cotton. I didn't interface that because I thought, being with the denim, it's got enough firmness to it. Okay. If I did interface it, then yeah, I just didn't think it needed it. And as this is warm and goes around, it should sit nice and flat like that, rather than battling the bulge of an unironed seam. I'm taking that time out to do the ironing. Not only decreases your ironing pile, no, just kidding. What does, but it takes the time out that you would fight, and then you'll go back and unpick it because you can see and you're feeling a bit, wah about it all. And because that's how I would be. No clients yet. I forgot I'm not fast forwarding this one. Leaving you in silence. Silence is golden. Okay. I think we're almost all the way around. If you haven't got any of these ironing aids, I would recommend you get them because they are very helpful. So I could never have ironed that on the flat. I know I have two of these. One's bigger and fatter than the other, and one of them arm ones. And of course I've got my clapper, which was made by my dad. Right, let's go back and pin it all around the brim. Now I'm back at the Queenie, and I started a seam, and I'm going to first do a top stitch. Now you don't have to go around, I just love them being around and around. So I'm just going to do my top stitch. I'm going to open up that until about 5.5, I think. And because I'm starting and stopping, well actually I'm not starting and stopping, sorry. I'm going to just back tack a bit and go around, and I'm following the foot edge along the edge of the foot. And see, can you see that? No, you can't. It's there. Yep, okay, right. I just want to see where my finger was. And I am going to go in circles for the next however long. Okay, I will put you guys on speed and see you soon. Now where I started, I am just moved my foot and I'm going into there. So I'll line up that part of my foot with that stitch now. Okay, and I'll line up that part of my foot. So I'll slowly growth it out. So there, that edge here will be in line with the stitch. And it will continuously do that. And it will obviously spiral in. Righty-ho then. So I have front and back done that. Corks. Right, so I've done that. So I have left that 2 centimeter gap, which I got so that I can put the top of the actual hat in. Now what we do first is we stitch it in to the inside. So we stitch the inside to it and then we fold under by 1 centimeters the top of the blue, but I'm going to actually fold it out. So it gives it, ragamuffined. It gives it like a little rough edge kind of thing about it. I'm quite keen to do that. So I will go take it back to the other machine. I will swap the threads out. Nope, they're in the right thread. And then I am going to sew it in. Make it a hat. Just a reminder, mark your quarters. You've got your 2 seams, that's a quarter on that one. Quarter, and we have to do the same for the I can't remember what the name of this is called. Do you guys find that? You forget the words. They just fall out of your brain. Out of your brain. Gone burger. No longer around. Oops, the lid is not on the end of that. I went to take the lid off the back, but it's not there. Right, so now I'm going to pin it to the right sides together. So here I go. So I've never actually put the fraying of the top hat out of the, you know, to fray before on a hat. And as I said, there's 1 centimetre seam allowance. Anyway, I don't know why I pull that face and do that every time I do something stupid. So what I'm going to do, instead of tucking it under the centimetre, right, and then top stitching around, I'm going to fold it out that centimetre, okay, and then stitch it on the fold. And I will do that so that it makes sense to you how my brain works. Okay, let's go to the ironing board. Come with me, come on, walk this way. Mabel's looking at me going, where are we going? What are we doing? Where are we going, Mum? So I'm going to, like I said, put that out a centimetre. You don't need to see my 15 chins. So I'll turn it inside out, put it on my little, it's like a little hat on itself. Put on my little, actually I might use the thicker one. Fold it out a centimetre. I think I'm roughly good with my centimetre juice. Or maybe a little bit too extravagant with my centimetre. There. You could have told me I had it in the wrong way. I need to have it in the right way and fold it out a centimetre. Did I just not say that? I did say that. No one stopped me. You all let me do it. Like a Twittersaurus, you let me do it wrong. I will change the top thread of my sewing machine and put it back to the blue that I had originally. But what I will do first is I'll sew it. I'll sew it to the centimetre twice. One when I'm sewing it on and one before it, so that it doesn't fray to the point where it falls off. Because you don't want that happening, do we? Almost done. I'm actually just going to get this hat with the flamingos on it and show you how it normally sits when you do it, you know, tucking it in. So normally you put it under 1 centimetre and then you top stitch around there. And make sure I'm showing it to you. No, Stacey, you're not. Yeah. Okay. And then it goes. I do like that one. I wish I made it in a medium. Because I made it in a large size, thinking Chris would wear it. I should put it on him. That's not 1 centimetre. I'm just going to roll that down a little bit. Right, now let's go back, and what we're going to do is we're going to, like I said, do 2 stitches. One is going to be around the rim now, not the rim, the hat now, so it does do a safety stitch for the actual frame, but I will change thread before I forget. that I've done that, you can see the line there, and it's gone the brown. Now I'm going to keep the brown thread on, and I am going to divide the hat up because I match up the seams, and we want it to join there. Okay, and make sure that the underneath is pushed well away. Now I'm keeping the bobbin thread on the nice tanny colour that I have been using for the lining, because we do not want to see blue thread there. Put the other one, the other side, matching up the seams. Make sure with your fingers underneath you're pushing away the lining. Okay. I'm just looking for the brown from when I sewed the brown onto it, because that marks the 1 centimetre seam allowance. So there's the brown thread there. So I've got to put this thread on top of that thread. I hope I'm doing this right. Not done it before. You know what? I think I pin one way and sew the other way. I'm left-handed, so there's a bit khaki things I do that are not so grand. Actually, I don't even know now that I've done that if I even need to pin it. Yeah, well, because it's round. It's circular. Yeah. Okay, so again, find the stitch and stitch right there. See, straight away I've made it too big in that spot. It is fiddly, but I do feel that it's going to be good. I used to teach this young girl how to sew. I mean, she loves sewing. She still pulls out the sewing. Mum gifted her a sewing machine that she was actually going to get rid of and said to give it to her, so I did. And she'd come after school on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday, because I did singing on her. Was it a Wednesday? Anyway, it was after school, and she'd come here. And every now and then she'd whinge about, you know, having to do something. And so I used to call her Moaning Myrtle. Said, no one wants to be a Moaning Myrtle. So let's do this, shall we? That looks a bit... right. I can always unpack it, can't I? So I'm going to put the stitch back to a 2.5, and in the meantime I'm going to make sure that the lining's out the way and everything is good to go, and try and marry it up with that underneath. So lining back to 2.5. I'm going to put you on fast. I've just checked inside, there's no cat caught, like nothing's caught on, like that's not folded in. So that's all done around the edge. It's got a nice little top stitch to it. And on the outside here, it's got a little thingo. What's that thing? And that will fray up over time. Frayed nut. fray up right now because I've got half of it obviously is on the bias. Right, so there we go. That is that. That is the hat. So I'm going to go and put it on and get funky with it. I'll just fray it up a bit more. I'm going to get rid of the pink on it, which is the removable heat removable pen. Okay, except for that, that's not heat removable. So yeah, there you go. I've got a new hat. And it's going to keep the sun off. There you go. See? Pretty cool, huh? Which way I've got that? Yeah, got it the right way. It's got the little seam going across it from the original jeans. Just like that. Here's a hat. There's another really good gift for people. This is a medium, so it obviously covers a few. There are some free patterns out there. I couldn't get a free pattern when I wanted one. This was last year. And then I came across this on eBay, this designer. And like I said, she was in New Zealand, so that was a double bonus for me, doing it local. But yeah, with a little rippy in there, I think it looks pretty good. What's your thoughts on Vlogmas Day 4 item? Yeah, look a bit. I think it's pretty. Right. Glasses off. I'm going to go and iron off that pink. I'll be back.